Hello and welcome to The Good News with Curly and Hughes, featuring Andrew Hughes and Chris Curly, a fat man and a stripper with the worst comedy, terrible takes on the news and sports and anything else that you can imagine. Let's get into the action.
And we're in.
And we're in. And we're live.
Yes.
New setup today, ish.
Yeah.
That's
Just in
our
case you didn't know what it was.
We weren't actually the weird guitar of Bob Marley. And
Yeah. we were it did add to the ambience, that's for sure.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Oh, that's some strong tea. Oh, and I've dripped stuff all over my exam notes. That's
Beautiful.
perfect. Beautiful. Right. Feel very professional.
Yeah, no, this feels good. I like the new setup. It feels very... Got a desk as well. Huh?
Yeah.
We're proper news broadcasters.
And I only have to take my entire work set to get it working.
It's gonna be
awful.
so arduous.
It was. It took me 45 minutes at least, which is actually fine.
You create a lot of work for yourself.
Yeah,
I like it.
I could just not have a podcast, I guess. Yeah,
That's true.
Make it loads easier.
Just go down the nihilistic path. What's it all even mean? That's
I'll just kill
why
myself.
why
That's
bother?
easy.
Yeah, why bother? That's like a Louis C.K. bit where he's like, "You could just kill yourself."
You could just kill yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So
Great start.
the big competition this week is certain viewers. My brother had to turn our podcast off because we breathed down the microphone for the entire gig.
Yeah, so I'm not going to breathe this time around.
Yeah. So
I mean, procreate. I'm still going to breathe heavy.
Yeah, we're just not going
Don't
to breathe.
procreate. Yeah, that's
people
what. That's the
sad
message.
about the breeding. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
but
I don't
that's
get.
what it is.
Your brother is like
Yeah.
against having children, is he?
No, yeah, it probably is. I don't know. I'll ask him.
No breathing for Andy and Chris. Is he going to like get our tubes tied? Is that men or women? No, men get their tubes
Men get
tied.
their tubes tied.
Not fallopian tubes, though.
Ooh, can you get your fallopian tubes tied? This would be a really good time to ask. Really good thing to ask Jim, who's not here this week.
No, you can definitely get your tubes tied as a woman because they're fallopian tubes.
Kat, can you get your tubes tied?
Yeah, you can as a woman, but like
She's not answering.
you
She
don't
won't
really
be
hear
on the
that
podcast.
with men, do you? You get your tubes tied. It's more you get snipped.
You get the snip. The
Oh, wait,
snip.
were we dogs? Were we get neutered like dogs?
Oh, is it the snip for dogs? No, it's the snip for.
I don't think it's a snip for men.
I've got a computer right here.
Yeah, fucking let's look it up.
Okay, I'll look it up.
And while you're looking it up, I'll go on my musings. Yeah, can you imagine like if we like spoke about men the way we speak about male dogs, getting them neutered and castrated? That's basically what a fucking eunuch is, isn't it? Or are they more like Ken dolls?
The snip,
Where it's like
otherwise known as a vasectomy, is a surgical procedure to cut or seal the tubes that carry men's sperm to permanently prevent pregnancy.
You were right.
I was right. I'm always right, but it's good to find out again.
Oh, so tubes tied goes for men and women. You heard it here first.
You did. Well, that's probably not.
Well,
the
it's on
first
the
place.
internet,
It's
but
probably
you
not
heard
the
it
first.
here another time for
Yeah.
first time.
How's your breathing going? Just a little breathe check. Nice. So. Ba-da-da-na. Who's good newsing first?
You are good newsing first. Oh, just in case you didn't know what this was, this is the good news with
Curly.
and Hughes.
I'm Hughes.
For those of you who don't know what this is and are joining us, this is a good news show where we bring you some delightful news and give you our take on it.
Absolutely. And if you're trying to work out who Curly and Hughes are, think like Home Bargains, Ant and Deck. Quite close to the mark.
I was going to say Starsky and Hutch, but there, yeah. You have the first story.
I have the first
Take it
story.
away.
Good news, Chris. Well, that's not good news. But good news, Chris. The funeral of Queen Elizabeth II occurred on Monday, and the nation was in mourning. It seems nations show their grief in their own strange ways. Americans hold vigils. The Irish get drunk, and it seems the British deal with our feelings by wearing silly hats, marching places, and forming 26-hour queues. What the fuck are we doing?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love the way you read yourself after, but you're still going like that. In animal news, A sea turtle boom has astonished volunteers in Florida with best nesting season on record. And here I thought voyeurism has reached its peak, but now I think we'll see a new trend of doing it turtle style in dogging spots across the country.
Doing it turtle style. I feel like you've gone for a lot of more of a wholesome vibe than me.
Yeah, I try to keep it good news, you know?
Yeah,
It gets bitter, don't worry, it gets bitter near the end.
Okay, it gets bitter. Good news, Chris. The BBC reports that flags on British governmental buildings around the world are flying high once again as the period of national mourning for the death of Queen Elizabeth II draws to a close, during which the flags were actually at half-mast. That's
wow.
what they do on sad occasions. But I don't really know what they mean by that, because my flag was at full mast for the entire ceremony.
Oh, a fucking erect pole.
Yeah, man. I was like diamond down there.
Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus. Are all your news stories going to be centered around the Queen?
Not that. No, actually, no. They have
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Yeah,
Okay.
that ain't bad.
Batting it well. In local news, a man makes world's longest journey by pumpkin boat on his 60th birthday. That's correct. Basic white girls everywhere wearing Ugg boots were outraged at this deplorable use of pumpkins, stating, "Those are for our lattes."
Hey,
Pew pew, shots
that
fired.
was good. I did see it coming from about a
Yeah,
mile
no,
away, but it was pretty good,
yeah,
man.
It was fucking
So yeah, my first good news in 3 weeks is not about the Queen. So
wow.
we're moving on, just like the royal family. So Joe Biden has officially declared this week that the COVID pandemic is finally over. Now masks can go back to being worn by surgeons, woodcutters, the criminally ugly, and the Japanese. So that one Dr. Lumberjack Minger from Tokyo is going to be real glad to get it back.
Oh my god. I didn't know the Japanese were known for wearing masks.
I think it was the Chinese, but I forgot.
The Asians.
Oh.
And finally, in world news, Patagonia gives away its entire $3 billion worth to fight climate change. Money. That'll surely keep the polar bears afloat. And how stylish will they look in their Patagonia hoodies?
Also, Patagonia the company, not Patagonia the company. The
Country. Place. Yeah, the company. Sure, all those like
Yeah,
sexy
yeah,
brands,
seen
yeah.
Patagonia, the only place not Wales that has Welsh as a first language. Did you know that fact?
I did not know that fact.
Everybody in Wales knows that fact, but nobody else in the world.
Interesting point of pride for the Welsh
Interesting
people.
point of pride. Well, yeah, they speak our language in South America. They've just got Portuguese, Spanish, and Welsh. That's how they do it down there.
Why is that? Did Wales, did the Welsh go over there and
Yeah,
just,
we did.
just fucking...
Just a little breathing alert as well. Just reminding you.
Yes. I do need reminding
You do need reminding.
to stop reading.
Yeah, the Welsh went over there. Don't know what they did. I can Google it, but I'm not going to.
I'm sure, yeah, I imagine... I would have thought, though, the colonialism was from the Spanish in South America.
Yeah, I reckon we just...
And some of the Germans.
We carved a little slice off. Because we also, I say we, the Welsh,
Taking
colonised part of the East Coast.
East coast of...
America.
Oh, really?
At the Philadelphia area, all the places around central Philly are all named after, mining towns. So they got, Bryn Mawr.
Because you were there.
Narberth. Yeah. I saw the Narberth bus coming past me when I was at Philadelphia City Hall. And I was like, what the fuck? That's like a 28-hour bus.
That's crazy.
Oh, maybe more. You'd probably have to go... You have to time it right. You have to drive up to Alaska, go across the Bering Straits, across the Trans-Siberian Highway. Second episode in a row mentioning that. Then you have to go down through Europe. You have to get the Eurostar. And then why would you want to do all that just to go to Narberth? It's a fucking shithole. You never been?
I've never been. I've never even heard of it.
Bother.
No?
I wouldn't fucking bother. No, it's terrible.
You heard it here first from our illicit tour guide.
Well, if we're talking about the valleys of Wales, places to visit, let me come up with my list. Number 1, don't go there. That's my list. Also, definitely don't go there if you're anything other than white and Welsh, because even the white British will have the white English will have a hard time there.
You mean to tell me they're not progressive?
No.
Was it like a Hills Have Eyes situation up there?
Yeah, the hills have like one eye and a weird limb
And
from all
multiple
the inbreeding.
digits.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
The hills have 6 fingers.
Do you know what? I said this to you while we were writing these, that they actually segue nicely into other things like talking points.
Yeah, you did say. You did
Because
say.
my first story was referring to a dogging spot in the joke. We stumbled upon a dogging spot once upon a time,
Oh, we did.
and we nearly got caught up in some illicit sexual endeavors.
I don't know if illicit is the word that you think it is. Isn't illicit like illegal? Maybe it is illegal.
It was fucking.
Basically, am I telling you or are you telling you?
You can tell. I like how you tell.
So Chris and I had a few beers. The kind of beers that open the doors of perception and allow you to see other worlds crushing onto one another. Those kind of beers. Great beers.
They were great beers.
And oh my God, it
But
was
there
a
was-
really strong beer.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but there was daytime beers and there was
Nighttime
nighttime
beers.
beers.
Well, no, the nighttime park and daytime park was something that was quite an amusing concept. But yes, we decided on this beautiful day that these beers were not to be consumed in the house. The house was getting a little bit, what was it, edgy? Just a bit
Confined.
confined. So we decided to take our beer trip to the to the park.
12-hour
met
beer trip.
Many mate, and the rest. About an 18-hour beer trip.
Couldn't sleep.
Couldn't sleep, couldn't do shit. It was fucking wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, first thing we found a man that collects a lot of sticks and is very proud of them.
Oh,
That was very odd.
we met a man in the forest.
He was
feral.
He was feral. He had like loads of leaves in his hair. He put his sticks down next to us and was like in a kind of like, those are my sticks. Like we were
Don't
gonna,
you
like,
touch my sticks.
Don't you touch my fucking sticks. And then kind of like didn't say anything, just grunted, but sat with us as if
He became a part.
one of the team.
Yeah, he was anointed in that moment.
Well, not by me. I was kind of rude to him, and we walked away. This is a recurring theme when it's randoms that I don't know. I'm usually fairly rude to them as my first instinct. But yes, we moved on.
And while this was happening, the sun was starting to set,
Ooh,
and the park took a different feel.
turn. Daytime park is lovely.
Oh yeah, families, people like strutting around with dogs. You know what I mean? And then everyone, all the nice
Picnics.
people seem to leave.
Yeah, and then the nighttime park people come out, and they don't want to hang out and have a picnic.
No, they do not.
They want to fuck.
Yes, they fucking do. I'll take over from here. So we went from out of the fire and into the frying pan, essentially, where we wandered away from feral stickman, who could not be a real person. Like these beers were quite strong. Like we could have been imagining this.
Oh,
guy.
he was 100% a real.
Yeah, he
very
was definitely
smelly
real.
person.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Our senses weren't deceiving us.
Yeah.
So from there, we walked down a little bit, and the stars were coming out. So we decided it'd be a
Oh,
good
they were-
idea to wander into some random bushes and do some stargazing. Pretty romantic, I found.
Yeah, it set the scene quite nicely.
Yeah, it set the scene quite nicely.
They call that in the industry foreshadowing.
Yeah, it was for sure foreshadowing. And as we were having a nice peaceful moment looking up at the stars, what can only be described as a slender man looking type figure
Ooh, yeah.
came from our peripherals, and I thought at the time we were on some sort of path because this guy was making a beeline towards us, and he wasn't walking, he was fucking gliding. Like Joe out of The Simpsons, where Mr. Burns, they think he's an alien, and he's just like floating towards them.
I thought it was more like a shoal of fish. Like he came past us, like kind of like swept back around.
Oh yeah,
Very short shorts, bald man. Very
Slick.
odd looking fella. Like Mr. Burns is quite a good,
yeah,
like a good analogy.
yeah. But
Very Burns like.
this guy like came right up to us, like within the social distancing distance.
Yeah.
And right at the
Well,
last second turned away from us. And while this was going on, I had Andrew in my ear saying, "This guy, are we gonna have to fucking fight this guy?
cool?
Yeah, what's going on here?" And I was like, "Cool, man, it's fine, man. It's the beers. The beers are taking over here. You're
I was
fucking."
not chill about this fella because he was just looping back around and around and around, giving us this eye like, I can help you, whatever it is you need. I can.
He came back round and it got alarming real quick, and yeah, there was a moment where I felt like we might have to defend ourselves. I really did not
Yeah.
want that.
I did.
was-
Nobody wanted it, but I think we managed to ward him off by me saying as loud as I could, "Is this guy a weirdo? Are we gonna need to fight him?" Because I thought that would dissuade him.
This encouraged him. He came back around and started walking towards us again until at the last minute I said to him, I was like, "Hey man, are you okay?"
Yeah.
And he stopped and he said, "I'm okay. Are you guys okay?" And Andy turned to me and he was like, "Right, time to leave the park. That's enough. That's enough park for us
That's
today."
enough nighttime part for me.
But-
But yeah, this fucking guy. It turns out.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know. You go.
There's more to the story. So we left the park and we sought salvation in my lovely mother Sheila, who provided us with some ice creams and calmed us down. We thought that was the end of it. I returned to the park the next day and I told the same story to a friend of mine who just so happens to be of the homosexual persuasion.
That's the fucking weirdest way you could have said that.
Yeah, but there. It's relevant to the story. So as we were walking through the
He's not
park,
gay though. He's a homosexual persuasion.
oh, he's gay as fuck.
Like every day he wakes up, he's like, "Should I be gay today? Persuade me."
It is a bit of a persuasion. Anyway, I was walking down with him and I told him the story and he was like, "Wait, Chris, you mean, was it those bushes, those particular bushes over there?" I was like, "Yeah, man, how'd you know?" And he's like, "Chris, that's a like notorious gay dogging spot in Cardiff." And how foolish did we feel?
So we thought he was the dick. Turns out we were the dick.
Yeah, that guy wasn't looking for a fight. That guy saw us and was like, "Yo, boys, want to party or what?"
And since as well, I viewed him with an air of a sympathy in a way, where he saw us standing nervously next to one another. We weren't looking at each other. We were just straight on next to each other. You were holding your bike, just very very nervous, very unsure of what to do.
Yes.
And he must have thought, this is their first rodeo.
He got there early too.
Yeah, he was ready.
He was good to
Maybe
go.
He was like, I'll get him warmed in. I'll get him feeling all comfortable. They'll have a beautiful experience. And I'll help them really confront what can be a very difficult hurdle in people's lives.
Of course, yeah.
But we were just like, we're going to fight you. Don't leave us alone.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was
How did we get onto this?
dogging.
Oh,
it was in my
Dogging
story.
your turtling. I enjoyed that very much.
But yeah,
So I've got 4 topics for us to consider. I want you to have your pick. We can either talk about the queue. We can talk about Liz Truss's Twitter. I promise that's more funny than you think. The police finding £1.2 million worth of cocaine under a wheelchair. Or Deji versus Floyd Mayweather. And your take on YouTube boxing.
the queue.
The
'Cause
queue.
I don't know much about the queue.
Fucking queue, man. I'm going to look for some queue stats. I should have queued them up,
Whee.
but I don't think I did.
Off the top of my head, from what I could tell, it was like 28 hours people were waiting.
So yeah, 28 hours. I think it topped out at 26, something like that. 305,806 people walked past the Queen.
Wow.
In the 5 days she was there, they must have preserved her with some pretty fucking good stuff as well. Because I can't imagine after 5 days she was fresh.
Oh, she'd a musk, I bet.
Yeah, I don't smell good after 5 days alive.
Oh my god.
But yeah, also David Beckham. You breathe into that goddamn microphone. This podcast is over. I'll shut it off right now. We'll go home. We'll go home. We'll turn this car around.
Can you not see me going purple from lack of breathing?
Yeah, baby. I'm just going red from my alcohol abuse.
Those whiskey cheeks.
Yeah.
It's not tea in here, folks.
It's really not. It's great though, isn't it?
It's fucking gorgeous.
Ginger wine and lemonade. The poor man's Krabbies for the poor man's Ant and Deck. Cheers to you.
Cheers. What were you saying about David Beckham?
David Beckham joined the queue. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's because it's important, right? Isn't it?" Queued up for fucking 24 hours, walked past the Queen, nodded his head. A completely fucking pointless thing to do. I don't understand what people are getting out of it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Like, she didn't know you. She didn't really care about you. Like, what are you doing?
I suppose for some people it's like part of history, isn't it? They wanted to be there to say that they were there.
If you want to be part of history, meet her when she's not fucking dead.
That was much harder to do, I imagine.
They didn't have a queue for that shit.
Could you imagine though they I don't know why it's coming to mind, but like it's probably pretty fucked up.
Just go back on that point for a second. Yes, it's not the easiest thing to do to meet the Queen when she's alive. She was alive for nearly a fucking century, right? They had 5 days to do it when she's dead. Right, 96 years. At some point, you can meet the Queen.
I mean, it's not like she's doing meet and greets, Andy.
That's literally her whole job. Her only thing she does is meet and greets.
Who she was meeting and greeting was like...
Do something then. Do something good.
On her royalty.
I reckon if I set about it, I could meet the Queen. Not now, but I could have.
Are you giving out to all these people that like they didn't become better versions of themselves, that they could have met her while she was alive?
Yeah, that they've got to slink past an old lady that's been 5 days dead. And you should really just... She worked tirelessly, some say, for what? 68? No, over 70 years of her life at the Platinum Jubilee last year. So it's like 71 years of her life. Let the fucking poor bitch rest. She's fucking... Just check her in the ground already. She met every cunt and his mother, and you got to have one more go. You got to file past her. Then we got to walk her. She came from Edinburgh. People threw flowers all the way. You got to walk her all the way then from the centre of London to Windsor. Quite a long way if you've ever tried to walk that. Very long way. And then the last bit they got to do with fucking trumpets, and they got to sing at her a few more times. 2 different funerals. Bit greedy. Bit of a waste of money. And then they lowered it down, making it look like she was done. Do you know what they did after everyone was gone? Brought her back up and had a private burial service. Let the bitch rest.
Do you reckon she was just there, like, waiting in purgatory, like, waiting to be laid to rest and just being like, fucking hell, lads, can we wrap this up? You know what I mean? I'm like... I'm
the brass band's playing another one. Fantastic.
I'm disintegrating here, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that works. Like, I mean, I should know this being brought up as Catholic, that, like, until you're laid to rest, that's when... I know she's not Catholic, but, like, in terms of burying people...
The fucking least Catholic lady.
I know, right?
She's head of the Protestant church.
Yeah, but, like, in terms of Christianity, like, with, like, burying people, like, is the whole premise that until you're buried and laid to rest, that you cannot move on to the heaven or hell or whatever you're destined for.
Maybe the deal is we pay you way for your entire life, and then you got to fuck around in purgatory for a few days while we... Like,
that's the catch-22.
While we fucking run strings with you and make you dance like a puppet for 308,806 people.
I got a bit of a hot take, though. I think purgatory is probably better cracked than heaven and hell.
Ooh, be Dante's Inferno. It looks terrible.
I know it looks terrible in Dante's Inferno, but, like, when you think about it, if it's, like, people waiting to, like, gain access to either or, it's, like, a lot of people that are, like, on the cusp. Those are the most fun people, because, like, you don't want to be around too many goody two-shoes, but you also don't want to be around too many wreckheads. Whereas the people in purgatory, they're like, they got their foot in and out of heaven and hell.
You think it's going to be people that have done a lot of bad and a lot of good things? So, like Jimmy Savile. Well, he's in hell.
He's definitely in hell.
See, my worry is if you're not getting the fun people who've done a lot of bad, a lot of good, and we're just taking a little bit of extra time to do the sums, you might be in there with the most fucking neutral people. It's like, I gave 50 pence a year to the donkeys, but I carried on eating meat, so I'm not really sure which one I should go to. My wife left me for being boring.
There is going to be a lot of people sat on the fence in purgatory.
Yeah, and do you know,
a lot of agnostics.
More than anything else is fucking fence sitters. Pick a side in anything, please.
Do you reckon you would be in purgatory?
Oh hell, straight up,
straight to hell,
mate.
Because you said
I'm
to me,
cunt. I like fucking porn. Like good porn, not like fucking milk, like vanilla fucking missionary stuff. I like the good.
Yeah.
That's enough for God to be like, I'm good.
Yeah, because you said to me something along the lines of, like, if you had been, like, say, if there is a heaven, hypothetically speaking, of course, if you were allowed access into heaven, you'd be like, really? Really, this is it?
Yeah, this is what I said last week.
Yeah, this is what you said last week. I'd be like,
fucking it. Now, the one thing I want to do, the second I get to heaven or hell or the bit in between, I'll say, I'll be the Karen of the afterlife. I'll be like, I want to see the fucking manager. Come here right now.
So God.
Okay? Yeah. Well, I don't care. I don't know. Could be Allah. I don't know. It's very presumptuous of you to think it was God.
That is. Well, I suppose Allah is God.
Could be fucking anyone.
True.
Could be fucking. It could be.
Could be Santa Claus.
Could be Boris Johnson. We don't know. It could be the second coming, but he just kept it real quiet. But when I get there, I'll be like, look, manager, now. Bring him. I don't want no fucking, like, low-tier angels. I want a manager here. Right. So you're saying I need to go to hell. Tell me why. They'd be like, yeah, remember that octopus porn you watched? That wasn't cool. You gotta go. But okay.
Real octopus or like fake?
I don't know. It was all just pretend stories. So
Oh right. I wanted to unpack this octopus porn.
So like, you ate some oysters. Did you know they're actually still alive in their shell? Stuff like that. You'd be like, oh fuck, I'm off to heaven, am I? Okay. Why do you have cancer to 3-year-old children? Why are there this specific type of turtle that are born on this island that used to be part of a larger island? This is all kind of paraphrased from a Richard Attenborough documentary. But now they're born on this tiny island that's polluted. And the seagulls that fly above that island have evolved or learned how to target these baby turtles' eyes and bite them out straight away. So these baby turtles are born on this island. They come out of their shell straight for a seagull to pick out their fucking eyes, and then they wander around blind until they starve to death. So, God, you sending me to hell? Riddle me that. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why'd you kill Martin Luther King, bro? Why can't you kill Donald Trump? Fat fucking lot of use you are. And you're sending me to hell. Fuck you.
Isn't that like kind of saying that like God is like working everyone as a puppet in that sense?
Well, they say God works in mysterious ways. I fucking agree. Pretty fucking mysterious and not useful at all. Can you stop just shutting your eyes and just, poking things in different directions? If you're going to get involved and you're going to work in mysterious ways, you might as well work in actual ways. Why not make yourself apparent and say, yeah, I'm real? Can everyone, chill, please, for a bit? Stop the wars. Obviously, I'm not going to like that. If you just came down and did that 5 minutes, 5-minute address, just be like, look, I'm real. Can everyone chill now?
Yeah. Relax, lads. Come on. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah, and what if God comes down and he just, he can solve the Israel-Palestine conflict in 5 minutes? He just pops down, holds a press conference, and just goes, the Jews are right. Problem solved. Problem solved. Because you're not going to question it. It's fucking God.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, or you can say the Muslims are right, whichever way.
Yeah.
But then it was problem solved overnight.
That's a good point, actually. I think you just solved all of religion.
Yeah, all God's got to do is grow a set of nuts.
Just show up, man.
Just fucking show up.
Show me.
Don't be like someone's fucking estranged dad who went to get
and never came back.
Get left in a car to get a crucifix when you were a kid and never came back. Why did we get Jesus? If you're not allowed to get involved, what's Jesus about? What's his deal?
He'd a really raw deal, didn't he?
And he didn't work in mysterious ways. He
got fucked
worked
up
in ways. He just cured leprosy.
Yeah.
So why is Jesus curing leprosy and God letting all those turtles get bit?
Yeah.
Why can't you cure genital warts? They fucking suck.
Isn't it interesting as well? Like, when Jesus was here, he was like with like certain individuals that were deemed as sinners. Like, say he was like best friends with Mary Magdalene. I don't know if he was best friends with her, but he was friends with Mary Magdalene.
There's reports they were banging.
Is that right?
Aye.
What, you heard that through the grapevine?
See, this might be a conspiracy theory, or this might be facts, but wasn't there... so they put the Bible together in 1200 AD or something like that at the Conference of Constantinople or some shit. I don't know. I've forgotten. I can Google it in a moment. But it traveled word of mouth for 1,000 years, and then the church picked different books to go in. It was allegedly a book of Jesus. That didn't go in. Instead we got John, and apparently that book didn't go in because he was fucking ragging Mary Magdalene. Because of course he was. He was the fucking head of a posse, and feeding people and curing leprosies. Of course he was smashing bucks.
He was fucking walking on water, turning water into wine. You know what I mean? Like, that guy was the life of the party.
That man's a punani master.
Yeah.
Without a diz out, man.
Is that a shout out back to your old pops?
So they call a cowboy callback.
Callback, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. No, it is interesting that it's second-hand information from his boys. Obviously, they're going to paint him in a real good light. But if you saw like the Book of Jesus, I presume that'd be like Jesus's memoirs, where he was like writing shit that like he probably thought would never see the light of day. And then when it did see the light of day, they were like,
Yeah,
Alright, you know
none of
what?
that.
Let's not besmirch Jesus' honor and talk about how he was fucking.
By talking about what he actually did when he was here on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That fucking Bible's a crock of shite, man.
What a fucking title though, like Joe, to be like thrown upon you that you're like the son of God. It's like Joe, people that are given like certain names that have like meaning, like say like
Mate, you see how fucking wacky Jaden Smith went? And he's not even the son of God. He was the son of Will Smith. And he
Yeah.
went fucking doolally. Jesus must have been wild when he was a teenager, because he's fucking the son of God.
yeah.
How many magnitudes more famous is God than Will Smith? Factor of 50?
Yeah.
So you're like fucking talking Jaden Smith on smoke.
Yeah, he definitely got out of hand, I'd say.
He must have got out of hand.
Those parties.
If you
like,
reckon he never fucked in his life, you are out of your mind.
yeah. And that Last Supper, like, I don't imagine that was like a subdued affair.
Also, it looks kind of grim for like, if you know it's your last step. Also, right?
When did he say anything about Judas?
Here's a quick observation, right? Send out the Facebook invite. You're like, hey, everybody, why don't you come to my Last Supper? Someone should have been like, Jesus,
What's going on?
can we do something about this?
Yeah, man, like, fucking,
Is everything all right at home?
are you okay?
Because you get the invitation, you're like, yo, can this not be your last?
Yeah, can we just keep on partying?
Why don't we skip it?
Yeah.
Why don't we just have the first breakfast?
Let's just
You-
fuck Judas up.
Yeah, fuck yeah. let's
He
fuck
knew
him up.
all along.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he said, "What have you amongst me?"
He forgave him, and then Judas, I think, no, one of the disciples changed their mind and chopped off the ear of one of the people coming to arrest Jesus,
Yeah,
and then Jesus just whacked the ear back on. Have a bit of backbone. Don't be fixing Van Goghs left, right, and centre. Fucking, where's the fucking like Gandalf style "You shall not crucify me" shit?
yeah, that's pretty mad.
Yeah, I want to tell you about Liz Tressel.
Go on. You seem to be dying to tell me
I am dying to tell you.
her Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, so I'm out of the loop.
I'm not either.
But you've seen the
Stop
tweets.
breathing your goddamn microphone, you bitch.
That's you. I think you're projecting. You're the one that's breathing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I lied when I said it was both of us doing it.
It was just me.
It was just you.
Nah, I don't think it was.
It was.
I bet it was you too.
Fucking was. Find one snippet of that where I'm breathing out at a time. I dare you. I'm a professional. I'm a motherfucking professional. Now you don't want to bring it up, do you?
I've had it down this entire time.
We need to bring it up when you speak.
That's what I've been
That's
doing.
all right. I'm doing some lessons next week. We'll fucking sort. I'm kidding. But yeah, do you want to hear about Liz Tressel?
Yeah, sure.
So Liz Tressel, she's got a Twitter handle of Liz Tress because it was too long to have Liz Tressel. And Liz Tress, the new Prime Minister's, got Twitter handle as Truss Liz because obviously, pardon me. Sorry, I should have pointed that away from you. Obviously, because Liz Tressel got there first, but so many world leaders are in Liz Truss, who is like a funny author about foreign policy, just moaning about the government, including the Swiss head of the Swedish head of state, who Liz Truss. Like, I'm really looking forward to our diplomatic talks coming up soon. And Liz Tressel replied, because she's the one with the actual handle, yeah, man, get the meatballs ready.
Fucking hell.
She's been doing it all fucking week. It's amazing.
That's fucking brilliant. What, so someone's been like handling all of her communications on Twitter?
Not handling. Like Liz Tressel has been fucking just rinsing the Prime Minister just for a laugh, like, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
But it got me thinking about other times that like Twitter ats, very good work, buddy. Other times that the Twitter ats have gone out of hand.
Such as?
Susan Boyle. Did you ever hear about that?
I haven't heard about that, no.
So it was supposed to be, let me get this right. Sue's album party was supposed to be the hashtag. and either some intern had just lost his job and decided to fuck with everybody, or it was an accident. But Sue's album party for Susan Boyle's second album can very easily be read as hashtag Sue. Oh no, Susan. Yeah. Susan album party can very easily be read as Sue's anal bum party.
Wow. What a fucking typo.
I know, it's amazing. Well, it wasn't even a typo. They just
went together like that.
Yeah, that's why like there's like findtherapist.com that got memed loads because it was like findtherapist.com.
That'd be like a weird game of Where's Wally.
Yeah,
Spot the rapist.
Didn't anyone ever like prank you with the Penn Island?
Oh
website?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When I was like fucking 13,
Yeah.
using a computer for the first time in school.
Yeah. So, I think the thing I want to ask you about next, unless you got a subject, it's a combat sports question. Though, so I reckon your specialist subject.
Not really my specialist subject, but go ahead.
Combat sports not your specialist subject.
Not really, no.
This man's a fucking killer.
No, I'm not.
Deadly killer. Floyd Mayweather. You've heard of Floyd Mayweather.
Of course, yeah.
Fighting a YouTuber who in YouTube boxing is 1-5 in his boxing record.
Wow.
1-4 maybe. He lost to Jake Paul. He lost to a TikToker. He lost to a guy called Alex Wasabi. And then he beat up some guy called FouseyTube who blocks with his face. Now, how do you feel about YouTube boxing? Any thoughts?
I think it's probably good for boxing because boxing, before this whole YouTube boxing thing came about, boxing was dying like a real bad death. Like MMA was just taking over.
That's true.
Since all these YouTubers come out boxing, they brought so much more attention. Obviously, purists, boxers, and boxing fans are like hate it, but like they cannot deny the revenue that it's brought and the eyes and the attention it's brought. Like people love the drama. Like that's the thing. Like, and I imagine a lot of fighters get annoyed by this because they're like, they're not trying to see the best fighters. They're trying to see what generates the most hype and the most excitement because it's like mob mentality. People just want to watch that. People want to see, oh, will he do it? Will he won't he? But it's like, it's become less sport now and more theater. It's become more of an art form, you know, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It adds drama and like people get engaged. But like, if you're looking at it from a purist like boxing or martial arts point of view, it kind of stinks.
Do you think it's all Chael Sonnen's fault?
How is it Chael Sonnen's fault?
He's the one that started treating combat sports like wrestling, but where you actually fight.
He was the OG, and he didn't get enough credit at the time. Like, if Chael Sonnen, Chael Sonnen was around in this era, man, he would fucking kill it. He killed it even then, but like, because it was so new, like the trash talking and like the selling fights, it wasn't appreciated at the time. But you look back at old Chael Sonnen clips, and they are fucking gold.
He'd be hitting the Jake Paul trilogy already. He'd have already fought him twice.
Absolutely.
And he'd have lost one on purpose.
Yeah, just add to it.
Yeah. He was a master showman. I think people think Conor McGregor's the GOAT of that.
No.
And he's brilliant.
He took it to a different level.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. He changed the game.
Okay, this might be unpopular, but he was a better fighter than Chael Sonnen, I think.
I guess, yeah.
In his prime.
Yeah.
Sonnen could...
He achieved more, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, he achieved more. Sonnen could kill a fight dead. Like, you could have 5 deathly boring rounds where he'd either dominate or he'd catch a few, get shook, and then still dominate the clinch, but do nothing exciting. He was a boring fighter, a weirdly boring fighter for someone who chatted so much shit. And then Conor had the explosive, exciting striking set to fit the way he chatted shit. But Chael, man, he should have gone into WWE.
He really should have. And I think he mimicked his whole style off of WWE.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan. He said it on his podcast.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but it makes sense because it's like when he was growing up, and even when we were growing up, like WWE, WWF, like that was like that garnered a lot of attention. And I imagine Chael probably saw a niche or like a gap in the market where he was like, this isn't being used as it should be in combat sports. So like when he
It's
first
true.
brought it, a lot of people like resisted it, and they were like, "Oh, this is fucking this bollocks! Like this isn't a true martial artist and all the rest of it." What the fuck are you looking up? Is this the guy?
It's the guy who's fighting Floyd Mayweather.
Oh my god!
Mate, he's like 5'6". He's an absolute little bitch. I don't like him at all. He took a knee against a TikToker, and he's gonna fucking fight Floyd Mayweather. You know who KSI is, right?
Yeah,
It's his little brother.
fucking hell. This is genius though on Floyd Mayweather's like part. Like you look at like his record, like he's got like a spotless record, but it's because like Joey's been very choosy
He's a
with
bum
who he's
fighter.
fought. Huh?
Well, he's not a bum fighter. He was a very talented
He's
boxer.
probably one of the greatest defensively as well in the end of his career.
Do you know what? Yeah, that was.
But he was
I'm
knocking
glad you
people
said
out
the
to
end-
begin
I'm
with.
glad you said the end of his career because Pretty Boy Floyd was an absolute
Yeah, he was knocking cunts out.
absolute killer. Just knocking people out left, right, and
But look
centre.
at Floyd now in comparison to other fighters that are like true fighters where they like stand and bang. Floyd is like obviously people joke that he can't read and stuff like that, but like him, he can hold a conversation. He's not punch drunk because
Pure
he's
cunt though.
yeah, he is. But it's like he was smart with it. He got more longevity in his career because he fought that way. Whereas like other fighters, you look at them and like there's some fighters in the UFC or that are out of the UFC that like their brain is fucking mush. But like
Yeah.
in the moment, like while they were fighting during their career, people loved them. They were like fan favorites. But it's like you're sacrificing your health to be this exciting fighter.
So do you think Floyd's decision was based off of winning more fights or about avoiding CTE?
I'd say a mixture of both.
You reckon?
Yeah, because like in the beginning, he was like standing toe to toe with guys, knocking them out, beating them.
Thrashing people.
Yeah, whereas like and I imagine he got slower as well. So he was like, I got to be more conservative, and he like developed this like defensive game and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, a question that's not on the list, but is an important question, for sure. Joshua's fighting Fury in Cardiff. Question number 1: are we going?
I imagine that's probably going to be sold out. You know,
It's not sold out yet. The tickets aren't out.
Really?
Yeah. I think cheapest ticket is going to be 55.
that's fucking great.
That's for the nosebleeds.
Still, just to be there,
Yeah, mate.
that'd be insane.
I love Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I know you do.
I went to his homecoming in Cardiff.
Yeah.
I dressed basically as an undercover traveller because I didn't want to get fucked up.
yeah,
I bought a big gold jacket, and yeah, man, watched Tyson Fury do karaoke and call AJ a pussy for about an hour, and oh my god, I'd fucking kill to go to that. I want to take as many people as possible.
let's fucking go, man.
It's gonna be amazing, and he's gonna fucking murk Andy Joshua.
Yeah.
It's not even gonna be close.
Yeah. Thing is as well, I got a flashback to talking to you in a coffee shop about Tyson Fury after he did what he did and the comeback he had where like he was on the brink of like taking his own life. Like his character arc and his story is mad because he was like this controversial figure that was hated by loads of people because of his antics, but like people were just seeing what was on the surface, that there was this brash guy, but underneath like he was actually suffering a lot. And it was just him like acting out because he said some awful things about like gay people and stuff like this. But
Yeah,
it
he
was just
did. You know, I love Tyson Fury. I love Tyson, and when he got up in the first fight against Wilder, that genuinely did change my life.
yeah,
Because when he said like, if I can get up from that, you can get up from anything, I was like, yeah, I can.
absolutely right.
And,
Yeah,
and it fucking fired me up for months. However, right, I don't think he's a mental health advocate that we all hoped, because AJ bizarre rant after that match. Really weird. You could tell that he's either a little punch drunk or something's gone a bit wrong in his head. I think his corner was telling him he was winning the fight the whole time. He's got this weird thing going on, and he just launches into this massive fucking rant after the Usyk fight. Did you see it?
yeah. I
That was
saw it.
cringe, man. So our mental health advocate maybe would be stepping in and being like, AJ, I know you've had some bad times in the past. If you need to talk to somebody who understands the game as much as you can. I don't like to see someone go down, even if I don't like you. But no, he ridiculed him. So he's not. I still prefer Fury, but he's not the fucking the saved Christian amazing dude that we all think.
Yeah,
He's still
he kicked the man while he was down.
He's still a pure dick, but you got to be to win the heavyweight championship. So yeah, I used to push that line of like he's like a pioneer of like how to turn it around from depression and fight back, but he is still really in it for himself. He played that card when it suited him,
Yeah.
but now it doesn't suit him and he's on top. He's just gonna fucking clown people. It's in his nature.
I think with success like that, like Joe, people talk about ego and having your ego get the better of you, but like with any type of endeavor like that, you have to utilize your ego, because if he had no ego, he would not get to the heights he's risen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's how you manage your ego. You know what I mean? If you allow your ego to take control over you, you become an egomaniac. But without the ego, you would not be striving for that success, because there's got to be a part of you that thinks like, oh yeah, I'm worthy of this. Like I deserve this. That is your ego, but it's like being able to manage it in a healthy way where it doesn't completely foreshadow or overshadow your achievements and like the people around you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah. But I don't think he's got that. I don't think he's got the facilities to do that either. I think he's just a great boxer. I don't think he cares if he's people's champ anymore. But I don't think he's people's champ.
The thing is, I imagine for you, he symbolized something.
Yeah.
And like in the moment he did, like, and he did champion it and he pioneered it, and I think he inspired a lot of people, and that's fucking fantastic.
Mate,
you know what I mean?
Even if he's not my golden, like, even if he's not the mental health savior we all thought, him getting up off the deck from that fucking punch was absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, never seen anything like it.
Like the idea of him and the symbolism of that is immortalized. That will live on forever. You know what I mean? People look back on that. They won't care about what he said and what he did after that. But like that moment where he got up off of that, and when what he said after the fight about like, let's get help together. You know what I mean? If I can get up from that, you can get up from anything. You know what I mean?
Mate, it's Tyson sparking people out in 10 seconds. It's Ali's rope-a-dope and it's Fury getting up.
Yeah,
For me.
absolutely.
People could, but like, I know this is the ring out in Hagler versus, forgotten who else. There's someone got knocked out of the ring. Maybe it wasn't Hagler Hayes. Hagler Hayes was a classic.
Yeah.
Someone actually got ringed out by a knockout. Do you ever see that?
No,
Oh, mate.
crazy.
Guy got knocked out of the ring.
Fuck's sake.
Bizarre. But yeah, for me, heavyweights, because I didn't really care about heavyweights. I cared about like the lower ones when there's someone to latch onto, like Floyd or like Joe Calzaghe. But for me, it's the heavyweight game.
Yeah.
I don't really care about that. But yeah, for heavyweight moments, Tyson's got to be number 3 of all time for me.
Yeah, I reckon so. There's just something about that where like everyone like counted him out. He was done.
Yeah.
And to like basically rise from the ashes, it was like a phoenix moment.
Yeah. And do you know what? I say Ali's number 1, Mike Tyson's number 2. But like, was it matchups make fights or something?
Matchups makes fights. Yeah.
Is that
Styles make fights.
Styles make fights. Tyson Fury would be a horrible proposition for Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Like he's one of Mike Tyson's disputed people. Some people may say the greatest of all time. I think it's Ali, but it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
But Styles make fights. How is fucking 5'10" Mike Tyson even starting to have a crack at Tyson Fury? What's he doing?
6'10", right?
Yeah, 6'10".
6'9", yeah. It's crazy.
What do you do?
He probably just like
Body shots.
nothing but body shots. Yeah. Punch him to the thigh, maybe.
Yeah. You'd have to do something.
Yeah, man.
You'd have to wear platform shoes. or
Oh,
something.
man.
I don't know. But yeah, I love Mike Tyson. Did you watch him against, I know it's ages ago, but did you watch him against Roy Jones?
I didn't know. I didn't want to do
He
it.
slapped him.
Did he?
He was brilliant.
Still got it.
Yeah, you could tell, right, he'd spend the first minute 30 of the round just chiefing him up all up and down. And then Roy would start to fucking get a bit rocky, and then Tyson would very clearly ease up and let him see out the round, and then he'd come out like a fucking train for the next one. That was 5 rounds of that. You could have taken him out of there in 30 seconds.
It's crazy what's happened to him as well, because he went from this really aggy individual to how he is now. He's super calm, super chilled. He's fucking.
Did you see him in the run up to the fight?
Oh, he changed completely.
back.
He was back. Yeah, but
it's like the way he started feeding red meat and getting running again.
He's fucking on
like,
TRT and shit.
Oh man, yeah. That TRT. I hope by the time that we're getting on that they've really sorted out TRT for like middle income people. Because I'll be on that like a shot.
Nice.
Yeah. Have you what else? Anderson Silva's boxing Jake Paul.
That'd be interesting.
I think Anderson Silva's got a surprise or two for Jake Paul.
I agree. Even though he's in like his mid-40s now, but still.
Anderson Silva.
I know, yeah. And he like his last boxing fights as well, like he did very
Did he
well.
box before?
Yeah, he's been boxing a lot recently. He beat some really good boxer not too long ago.
He's going to destroy Jake Paul, I hope. Although I heard a great counter argument
is
from
not on
Jake
his
Paul
side.
the other day. Jake Paul was like, yeah, you guys are clowning me for fighting like basketball players and UFC guys. Can you tell me who Floyd fought fourth? He fought someone who never fought professionally before. Can you tell me who, I don't know, Mike Tyson's fourth fight? No. I'm fighting people who, when I was on Disney Channel, they were winning combat sports world titles.
Yeah.
Like, fair fucks. That's a good point.
The only difference is with him, like every move he makes, there's a magnifying glass under, so he's going to be scrutinized and unfairly to a certain degree. Like, cause
You can bang.
he can bang, and also like Joe, he wasn't a boxer. You know what I mean? People expect him to be fighting these high level boxers. He's relatively new into it.
I hope though, because I don't like him. I hope that at some point he overestimates himself and just puts himself in the ring against somebody that within 30 seconds he's completely outclassed. And I want to see 9 rounds of him getting absolutely taken to school.
Yeah.
I hope it's Anderson Silva. I got my doubts. But somebody someday, I hope it's KSI. I hope somebody just fucking takes him to school. I want to see his smug little face get smashed into a million bits because he is a fucking cunt.
It probably happens in training already. That's where you get humbled. You know what I mean? Like Joe, he probably puts up this bravado and stuff like that, but I'm sure he's getting fucked up in training and sparring.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah, of course, because it's like how you can't get good unless you're getting ass whoopings. You can't be beating every guy in the gym, otherwise you will not improve.
So you think he's got a very clear idea of who he can beat and who he can't?
I think so, yeah. Like if he's got a good camp around him and he's got like really like good money backing him, you know what I mean? So obviously he's going to bring in the best guys he can, and those guys are probably going to give him a beating for his benefit.
I hope Anderson smashes him. I hope he smashes him. I've worked through all my points. What time are we on? We're almost at an hour.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Jesus Christ, that flew.
Aye. Well,
And I really need to use a toilet.
we need what number?
Deuce.
Dust, baby. You would have gone before, but I just stunk up the gaff.
Oh yeah, it was like a taste it.
So what? How? Because in the interest of stringing a podcast out, so you need to poo even more. Like, what kind of
Appreciate that.
state of poo are you in? Like, are you going to have to jog on the way?
Oh, I would say the turtle is poking its head out.
Really?
That's a nice loop-de-loop.
Is it going to be a photo finish?
No, I don't think so. Are you trying to make it a photo finish?
Yeah, I really am.
Please don't.
Okay.
I do not want to shit in your house.
So depending on whether we edit this video, you're either going to see a fat man like womble his way to the camera to turn it off, or we're just going to cut out now. So you'll find out
Fade to black.
in 3, 2, 1. That was the news with Curly and Hughes.